The bold and the beautiful. Katherine Kelly Lang's future sparks unrest, but is Brooke Logan really going anywhere? In the fast-spinning, high-stakes world of daytime television, few characters have left an imprint as deep as Brooke. For over 3 decades, Katherine Kelly Lang has embodied this role, becoming a cornerstone of the bold and the beautiful. She's the drama, the glamour, the pulse. So when whispers began to swirl that Lang might be stepping away, fans didn't just raise an eyebrow, they collectively held their breath. The spark behind this sudden tension? A new venture. Katherine Kelly Lang has recently announced her involvement in a short fashion film titled Beyond the Lens. Katherine Kelly Lang. Not just a side project, this is something that feels personal, almost poetic. The actress, now also a producer, is stepping into a space that is both familiar and deeply new. Storytelling through her own lens. When you stand in front of the camera, you are not just a body, Lang explained. You are energy. You are your story. It's a revealing quote, one that ignited speculation. Is she hinting at a new chapter? A farewell to the bold and the beautiful? That question has turned into a storm across fan forums, social media threads, and comment sections everywhere. Is she leaving? Is her contract up? Will Brooke vanish from the screen? For a show so interwoven with its central figures, especially someone as iconic as Brooke, the very thought feels destabilizing. The concern is not unfounded. Lang's Instagram has taken on a more personal tone lately. Her posts are stylized, cinematic, suggestive of a woman curating a new narrative. She wrote, starting a new series of posts personal, fashion-forward, cinematic. A window into my world. Tell me what speaks to you. It reads like an artist in motion, not someone anchoring herself in routine. And yet, fans aren't wrong to hope. Because for all the evolution in Lang's personal career, there's been no direct confirmation that she's saying goodbye to Brooke. In fact, the opposite may be true. In a recent interview, Lang made it clear that she deeply values the foundation that the bold and the beautiful has provided not just for her, but for millions of viewers worldwide. The secret to lasting success is a mix of many things, she said. Brad Bell, the head writer, knows how to keep the show fresh and exciting while giving the audience the powerful, emotional stories they've always loved. That statement doesn't sound like someone preparing to walk away. It sounds like someone who understands legacy. Someone who isn't finished yet. Lang also acknowledged the unique allure of the show. The story is about a successful fashion family in glamorous Los Angeles. The characters are unforgettable, the twists are incredible, and the fashion is stunning. There's always an element of mystery. You never know when one of many secrets will come out and whose life it will destroy. This encapsulation of the series isn't just promotional, it's reflective of a woman who lives and breathes the show's pulse. It's the kind of insight that can only come from someone still deeply engaged. Still, nothing has been confirmed. And in the world of soaps, silence can be thunderous. Contracts are delicate. Characters die and rise again. Plotlines vanish and reappear. If Lang is negotiating or contemplating an eventual departure, she's keeping it close to the chest, for now. But it's not just about Lang as an actress. It's about Brooke Logan as a symbol. Brooke isn't just a character. She's a pillar. She's the thread that ties together decades of fashion, family, betrayal, romance, and redemption. Her entanglements with Ridge, her rivalries with Taylor, her complex maternal relationships, these aren't storylines, they're canon. To remove Brooke is to shift the very balance of the bold and the beautiful. And frankly, no one else can play her. That's not fan bias, it's fact. Katherine Kelly Lang is Brooke Logan. The facial expressions, the layered emotional delivery, the subtle power play in every interaction, its artistry built over 30+ years of commitment. It cannot be replaced. It shouldn't be. Meanwhile, the show barrels forward with its signature twists. Spoilers tease that Luna is manipulating Liam's health condition to seduce, a subplot that carries its own fire, its own ethical fallout. But even as these new characters attempt to claim screen space, none hold the gravitational pull of Brooke. That's the crux of it. The bold and the beautiful may evolve, but Brooke Logan is its nucleus. The chaos swirls around her, not beyond her. She commands the screen like few others in daytime television history. When she's absent, there's a void that no one can fill. When she's present, the show feels alive. Still, the industry is changing. Stars are leveraging their legacy to build their own brands. Lang's upcoming film isn't just a creative venture, it's a statement. It suggests that she's ready to explore, to expand, to challenge herself beyond the soap format. And no one can begrudge her that. She's earned the freedom to choose her next act. But until there's a definitive announcement, fans will continue to speculate. Rumors will swirl. Blogs will theorize. Hashtags will trend. But one truth remains clear. The bold and the beautiful is not ready to let go of Brooke. And Brooke, at least for now, isn't ready to walk away. So what's next? Lang hasn't commented on a possible exit, and the producers haven't hinted at any farewell storyline. If a departure is brewing, it's being handled with extreme discretion. But if past is prologue, Lang will find a way to balance both worlds. She's navigated fashion, family, and fame both on screen and off for decades. There's no reason to believe she can't juggle this too. The real question may not be whether she's leaving, but how she's redefining what staying looks like. Maybe it's fewer episodes. Maybe it's behind the scenes producing. Maybe it's a storyline that allows her to disappear and return, creating a new rhythm without severing ties. Until then, viewers will keep watching, analyzing every line, every plot turn, every Instagram caption. Because the bold and the beautiful isn't just a soap opera, it's a ritual. And Brooke Logan isn't just a character, she's the heartbeat. So for now, the answer to the burning question, will she stay or will she go, is simple. She stays. Brooke isn't done yet. And neither is Katherine Kelly Lang. Not by a long shot. Would you like me to continue with part 2 of this if it were extended into a full feature piece? Hope Spencer never imagined a day where the world would turn upside down so violently and so fast. She stood in the living room, silent, her face frozen as Steffi Forrester delivered the news no one should ever have to say, and no one should ever have to hear. Liam, the father of her child, the man she once loved more than life itself, was dying. And not just dying, he was slipping away with every breath, slowly, painfully, without a fight. The tumor was inoperable. The chances were 0. Hope refused to believe it at first. She shook her head. This was Liam. Strong, dependable Liam. This didn't make sense. He'd always been healthy. Always so alive. But Steffi's face said everything. Hope's denial cracked under the weight of reality as Steffi described the moment she found Liam unconscious, how the hospital tests led to the devastating diagnosis. Steffi's voice broke with each word, not only because she was reliving that horror, but because she had gone against Liam's wishes to tell Hope the truth. Liam didn't want anyone to know. Not yet. But Steffi couldn't keep it in anymore. The secret was too cruel. Hope deserved to know what was coming, even if it shattered her. Hope collapsed into sobs, the image of Beth's future rushing into her mind. Beth growing up without a father. Her baby girl would never get to dance with him at her wedding, would never see his smile at her graduation, would never hear his voice at bedtime again. She was broken, clinging to Steffi as the two women cried together, the weight of their shared grief crashing down on them like a wave they couldn't escape. In the midst of the heartbreak, Hope remembered the things Liam had said to her recently, the way he held her hand just a second longer, the way his eyes lingered, the words that seemed out of place at the time but now made perfect sense. He was saying goodbye. He had already begun the process, and she had missed it. Now she couldn't stop replaying every moment, every word, wishing she had seen it, wishing she had known. Steffi and Hope sat together in stunned silence, their minds racing ahead to the inevitable conversation they'd have to have with the children. How could they explain this to Kelly and Beth? How do you tell a child that her father is going to die? There was no guidebook for this. No script. Just pain. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Liam opened up just barely to Finn. He was alone with his thoughts, staring out at the ocean like he was trying to memorize it. Finn urged him to reach out to the people he loved, to let them in, to stop trying to carry it all alone. But Liam was still locked inside himself, still trying to protect everyone from the storm that was already breaking. He didn't want to burden them, didn't want to be a source of pity. He wasn't ready for goodbye, not out loud. "I've got so much left to do," Liam told Finn, his voice low. But not enough time to do any of it. Back in town, at Il Giardino, another storm was brewing, quieter, but no less dangerous. Luna wandered in, expecting to find Deacon Sharp. But instead, she found herself face to face with the one person who had never judged her, never pushed her away, Sheila Sharp. In a world where everyone seemed to be closing their doors, Sheila opened hers. Luna confessed how alone she felt, how Steffi's influence had poisoned her relationship with Finn. Messages ignored. Walls built. A connection breaking apart before it even had a chance to grow. Luna was done waiting. She wasn't going to sit back and let others control her narrative anymore. She made a decision. She was going to find her father. Face to face. No more secrets. No more lies. As Luna left Il Giardino, determined and hurt, Liam stepped in and sent a text to his father, Bill Spencer. He asked to meet. The reply came almost instantly. Bill was on his way. Liam sat at the table alone, flipping through pictures on his phone. Beth's smiling face, Hope's warmth. Kelly with Steffi. Life frozen in digital memories. It was too much. The weight in his chest didn't come from the tumor alone. It came from love, from regret, from the sheer ache of knowing he would soon be nothing more than a picture on someone else's screen. Back at the Cliff House, Finn was on the phone, trying to get in touch with Dr. Grace Buckingham. He needed information, anything that could help Liam. He wasn't giving up. Not yet. But the call was interrupted when Luna walked in. She noticed the door was unlocked. She saw that Steffi's car wasn't outside. She knew she had a window to talk to Finn alone. She confronted him. Why didn't he respond to her texts? Did he really mean to shut her out like this? She missed her father. She missed connection. She missed him. Luna tried to remind Finn of the man. She thought he was the man who wouldn't turn his back on his own child. But Finn didn't know what to say. He was overwhelmed, confused, trying to keep Liam alive while holding his own life together. But Luna wasn't giving up. She had hoped, maybe foolishly, that this was the beginning of something real. But even in disappointment, she wasn't walking away. Not yet. As the day wore on, each of them, Hope, Steffi, Liam, Finn, Luna, were pulled into currents they couldn't control. Hope was forced to accept that her world was unraveling. Steffi carried the guilt of betrayal and the sorrow of watching someone she loved fade away. Liam struggled to keep his pain buried, even as it consumed him. Finn tried to save a man who might not want saving. And Luna stood on the edge of a personal revolution, determined to uncover the truth about her identity and her place in a family that refused to see her. The air was thick with unanswered questions. Would Liam finally tell his father the truth? Would Hope get to say goodbye before it was too late? Would Luna find the connection she was looking for? Would Finn find a way to bridge the growing chasm between his duty as a doctor and the mess of his personal life? Nothing in the bold and the beautiful stays hidden for long. Secrets have a way of surfacing. Truths explode at the worst possible times. And when they do, lives are changed forever. This is the calm before the storm. The final pause before hearts are broken, before alliances shift, before destiny rewrites itself. Liam's time is running out. The clock is ticking. And no one, not Hope, not Steffi, not Bill, not even Liam himself, is ready for what's coming next. Would you like me to continue with the next part of this story or tie in more subplots from recent episodes?